I think the people that make these creations, not for their own personal gain, but for world understanding and just for the sake of science, deserve to be recognized and celebrated. And it's a great way to learn about the past, but also the possibilities for the future as well. And that's why we continue to support our museums and recognize history and how it contributes to our present and the future. All right, very enjoyable.
There's not too much going on right now. All the action is at the rally.
In terms of community news, I did make a stop at the state capitol last week. This was during the union rally that they had. The Capitol was filled with people. There were nurses, teachers, firefighters, electricians, and many speakers on many issues. Lots of signs, lots of conversation, lots of passion for those issues. I also visited the Des Moines City Council. This is a regular stop for me because it deals with local issues that are very immediate, right in our own front yards and our backyards. So in a nutshell, the Des Moines City Council covered a lot of public works, flooding, construction, kinds of issues in terms of the Court Avenue Pump Station project, the culvert extension on Army Post Road, River Point trunk sewer separation, acquisition of right-of-ways and easements for flood protection along the Des Moines and Raccoon Rivers, trail construction along the Des Moines River, Walnut Creek, and 63rd Street. There was also very passionate discussion by a citizen about sidewalk fines and complaint-based inspection. And then also conveyance of the vacated alley between 6th and 7th south of Cherry Street to JART. And this is likely in terms of the new transit hub that we should see the beginnings of sometime this spring, according to Gunner, who told us all about that in the public transportation episode way back in October, I believe it was, October or November, episode 4. So that should be starting up any day now. All right, item 37 on the council agenda, it concerned regulations to prohibit gas stations and fuel retail business sales. Hallie Grease noted the lack of gas stations in the immediate vicinity of the downtown area, one at Keogh Way, one at Ingersoll, but not a lot in between. He also noted the lack of grocery stores and evening retail and other services in the downtown area, speculating that perhaps constricting the zoning might also constrict the vibrancy of the downtown area. It might inhibit the growth of downtown. It's something to keep in mind. The council decided to continue the hearing and asked the staff to come back with a plan. Item 38 concerned a 30-foot wide conservation easement, which was also a point of contention during 2 previous council meetings. The council elected to refer that issue to the legal department rather than have the council decide the issues, and that the rights of property owners may eventually be grandfathered in, and the tree situation will be referred back to the city manager. And so they are attempting to solve that problem the correct way in order not to aggravate or inconvenience further the citizens that live in that area. Item 40 concerned the Court Avenue and Water Street sewer separation. This was a very important issue that several members of the council weighed in on, particularly Mayor Frank Cownie and Councilman Coleman. According to Rick Clark, it's the 3rd phase of a series of improvements. It generally adds to flood protection for downtown businesses. It's iJobs funded, according to Councilman Coleman, and it's a $400 million project that receives state assistance, according to Mayor Frank Cownie.
The gallery is filling, and I do see one sign that says the only effective answer to organized greed is organized labor. Another sign says the middle class is under attack. Another sign says it's about freedom. Another, kill the bill, stop the attack.
So that brings us to headlines, and we've got several from several sources. The first one comes from Governor Branstad's website. On his website, there's a press release. Office of Governor Branstad releases text of letter to Secretary of Defense Robert Gates in support of Boeing. This is about a contract for a air defense system. This is about a contract that possibly might have gone to France. It might have gone to Alabama. It might have gone to France. Instead, they did choose to award that contract to Boeing. And I'll just read the text of the letter. Actually, this came from https://governor.iowa.gov. That's the official website. February 24th, I am writing you today to voice my strong support of Dear Secretary Gates. And I'm reading a little bit further down. I am writing to you today to voice my strong support for the Boeing Company as a recipient of the Department of Defense contract to rebuild the U.S. Air Force's fleet of aerial refueling supertankers. This project will provide Americans with an economic boost and ensure job creation when needed most. Boeing employs over 155,000 people in the United States. It supports more than 21,000 suppliers and provides 1.2 million additional supplier-related jobs in 50 states. In addition, a recent study reported if Boeing were to receive this contract, over 60,000 U.S. jobs would be created. And so that's Terry Branstad voicing support for this contract. And it was decided that the federal government would grant Boeing the supertanker contract. And so that's our governor looking out for jobs. All right, so this article comes from, let's see. Oh, yes. This article comes from the Des Moines Register. It's Recycle Me, Iowa. Picks up at apartments, businesses. Recycle Me, Iowa and Center on Sustainable Communities both participated in the recycling workshop at the Des Moines Social Club that I attended last week, and you can see video from that event in the previous episode of Blue.Green.Fusion. Anyway, this is Recycle Me, Iowa, and it's coming from the Des Moines Register Friday, March 4th. Apartment residents have a new option for recycling through a program that allows apartment building tenants to leave their recyclable items in special containers outside their doors. Recycle Me, Iowa was conceived by C. Jean Mitchison, a proponent of recycling who was disturbed that options for apartment dwellers were limited before she came up with a solution. It also isn't convenient for everyone to drive to the Metro Waste Authority's recycling center at 1817 Euclid Avenue, she said. So that service caters to apartments, condos, and small businesses. Metro Waste provided a grant of $7,500 to help get the program set up. It also connected Mitchison with International Paper, which agreed to recycle the material she collected. The Department of Natural Resources also provided a grant of about $29,000. Expenses for labor, marketing, machinery, and other items are submitted to the DNR, which pays for approved expenses from the grant.